Jinx's Cringe fanfiction. It's Everything by Jinx. A dramatic reading. Chapter 1. The Heist of Ages. In the underbelly of a city that never sleeps, a heist was brewing that would go down in history. Jinx, the magical warrior from India, with her striking pink hair and punk flair, was about to undertake the greatest challenge of her apprenticeship. Her mentor, none other than the infamous Dante from Devil May Cry, had been hired for a job that reeked of danger and betrayal. Brother Blood, the enigmatic and powerful boss of the underworld, had summoned them. His mission was simple: retrieve the scepter of youth, an artifact of immense power that could turn the tides of time. But in this world of shadows, trust was a currency few could afford. The plan was meticulous. Dante and Jinx would infiltrate the heavily guarded fortress where the scepter was kept, bypassing traps and guards with a blend of stealth and combat prowess. Jinx's magic and Dante's swordsmanship were a symphony of destruction, a dance of chaos, choreographed to perfection. As they delved deeper into the fortress, the tension between them crackled like static. Flirtatious jabs were exchanged, each one a veiled confession of the attraction they dare not acknowledge. "You sure you're ready for this, Jinx?" Dante asked, his voice a low rumble as they approached the vault.
"Born ready,"
she shot back, her eyes gleaming with excitement and something softer, something like affection. The vault door loomed before them, and with a flick of her wrist, Jinx unlocked the magic sealing it. Inside, the scepter glowed with an otherworldly light, its power almost palpable. But as they reached for the prize, the ground shook and the walls began to crumble. A cave-in! They were trapped, the exit blocked by tons of rubble. In the confined space, their proximity was unavoidable, their faces inches apart. "Looks like we're in a tight spot," Dante quipped, his breath warm on her skin.
"Could be worse. Could be boring."
It was then that Brother Blood made his move. Peering from the shadows, he betrayed them with a cruel smile, stabbing Dante in the back. Jinx's heart lurched, her fury igniting like wildfire.
No!
With a scream of rage, she unleashed her magic, the scepter's power amplifying her spells. Time rewound, the wound on Dante's back closing as if it had never been.
"You think you can betray us and get away with it?"
Jinx snarled at Brother Blood, her eyes ablaze. Dante, now healed, stood tall beside her. "Big mistake, Blood!" Together, they fought back, their combined might overwhelming the traitor. Brother Blood was defeated, his plans undone by his own greed and the unbreakable bond between a mentor and his apprentice. As they emerged from the fortress, victorious and free, Dante turned to Jinx with a grin. "You know, for a second there, I thought we were goners." Jinx laughed, the sound bubbling up from deep within.
"Not on my watch."
And in the glow of the setting sun, they shared a kiss, a seal of their partnership, and the beginning of many more adventures to come. The scepter of youth lay forgotten, for they had found something far more valuable: each other.
Ew! Do you know how many barf bags I had to use to read this crud? This is terrible, Jinx. You suck! Gizmo, you little worm. I'll show you. Just wait till you read the next chapter.
You mean I didn't even get any line?
Chapter 2. The Heart's Code. The city was a canvas of neon lights and shadowed alleys, a place where stories unfolded in the silence between heartbeats. Dante and Jinx, now more than mentor and apprentice, navigated this world with a new purpose. Their victory over Brother Blood had been sweet, but it was only the beginning. As they walked through the city, their hands brushed, sending shivers down their spines. The air was charged with the electricity of their unspoken feelings, a current that ran deep and strong. "You know, Jinx, there's something I've been meaning to tell you," Dante said, his voice barely above a whisper. Jinx's heart skipped a beat.
What's that?
Before Dante could reply, the night erupted into chaos. Gizmo, the tech-savvy villain from Teen Titans, had set his sight on the city's power grid, plunging the world into darkness. With a flick of her wrist, Jinx conjured a sphere of light illuminating their path.
Looks like we've got work to do,
She said, determination etched on her face. Dante nodded, drawing his sword.
After you, my fierce warrior.
They leapt into action, their movements a dance of shadows and light. But as they confronted Gizmo, it became clear that this was no ordinary battle. Gizmo had upgraded his arsenal, his gadgets, more lethal than ever. A blast from a concealed weapon sent Dante reeling, and Jinx's heart lurched. She unleashed a torrent of hexes, her magic a whirlwind of destruction. But Gizmo was relentless, his attacks precise and cold.
Dante, stay with me.
Dante, wounded but undeterred, rose to his feet.
Not going anywhere.
He grunted, his eyes locked on Gizmo. The battle raged, the city a backdrop to their struggle. As they fought, their emotions became a force of their own, a tempest that threatened to consume them. In the heat of the moment, their eyes met, and the world fell away. It was just Dante and Jinx, two souls entwined in the eye of a storm.
Can't lose you.
Jinx whispered, her voice breaking. You won't, Dante promised, his hand finding hers. With a surge of power, they turned the tide, their combined strength overwhelming Gizmo. The villain was defeated, his plans thwarted by the very thing he could not understand, the power of the human heart. As the city's lights flickered back to life, Dante and Jinx stood amidst the rubble, their breaths coming in ragged gasps.
This is more than just a partnership, isn't it?
Dante asked, his voice soft. Jinx nodded, her eyes shining with unshed tears.
It's everything.
And in that moment, they shared a kiss that was more than a promise. It was a vow, a declaration that no matter what darkness they faced, they would face it together.
The power of the human heart. Are you kidding me? You don't have a heart. We went to school together. Everyone knows you're a criminal. You know, one of the bad guys. The only part of this poo storm that was any good was the part about me blowing that guy up. Can you even read? You didn't blow him up. We won with our human hearts, you man-baby moron!
Chapter 3, Healing Waters. The battle had left its scars, both seen and unseen. The city, now silent and watchful, held its breath as Dante and Jinx retreated to the sanctuary of their hideout. The night was a shroud, but within the walls of their refuge, a single candle flickered, casting a warm glow over the wounded warriors. Dante's injuries were more than just flesh. His pride had taken a hit, and Jinx could see the storm brewing behind his eyes. She approached him with a tenderness that belied her fierce exterior.
Let me see.
She whispered, her hands gently tracing the contours of his wounds. Dante winced, not from the pain, but from the touch that ignited a fire within him.
It's nothing,
he said, his voice gruff. Jinx shook her head, her pink hair falling like petals around her face.
It's everything.
With care that spoke volumes, she tended to his wounds, her magic weaving through the air, stitching skin and mending bruises. Dante watched her, his heart a tumultuous sea, waves of emotion crashing against the walls he had built.
You don't have to do this alone.
Jinx said, her eyes locked on his. Dante's resolve crumbled.
With you, I never am.
The room filled with laughter and tears. A symphony of the ridiculous and the sublime. They were warriors, survivors of 1,000 battles, yet here they were, vulnerable in the face of their burgeoning love. In a moment of whimsy, Jinx filled the tub with water, pouring in a concoction of bubbles and magic. The room was soon awash with the scent of jasmine and the sounds of popping bubbles.
Join me?
She beckoned, her smile a challenge. Dante didn't need to be asked twice. He slipped into the bath, the water enveloping him like a lover's embrace. Jinx followed, the bubbles caressing her skin as she settled beside him. They sat there in the absurdity of a bubble bath, their laughter echoing off the walls. The water healed their bodies, but it was their shared joy that healed their souls. As they leaned closer, the world outside faded. There was only the heat of the water and the heat of their bodies. Only the ridiculousness of their situation and the reality of their feelings.
Dante.
Jinx breathed, her voice a whisper in the steam. Jinx, he replied, his hand cupping her cheek. Their kiss was a crescendo, a ridiculous, emotional, dramatic affirmation of their love. It was a kiss that spoke of battles fought and won, of wounds healed and hearts laid bare. And as they emerged from the bath, wrapped in each other's arms, they knew that no matter how ludicrous life became, they would face it together, with love as their greatest weapon.
What the heck? You wrote a bathtub scene? What a freak! Picturing that almost made my eyes bleed. Whatever. This chapter is the best one so far. This story just keeps getting worse. If you like Dante so much, why don't you marry him? Isn't he old enough to be your dad?
Chapter 4. The Machinations of Gizmo. The city had barely recovered from the darkness when a new threat loomed on the horizon. Gizmo, the diminutive genius with a penchant for chaos, had been biding his time, plotting his revenge against the star-crossed lovers who had thwarted his grand designs. Dante and Jinx, oblivious to the danger, were lost in their own world. Their public displays of affection were a testament to their love, but to Gizmo, it was nothing short of revolting.
Get a room!
He muttered to himself, watching from the shadows as the couple shared a tender moment on a park bench. His tiny hands flew over the controls of his latest invention, a device that would ensure his victory.
This time, it's personal!
He hissed, his eyes gleaming behind his goggles. The trap was set. As Dante and Jinx walked home, laughing and holding hands, a net of energy sprung from the ground, ensnaring Jinx in its glowing tendrils.
Dante!
She cried out, her voice laced with shock and fear. Dante spun around, his sword drawn in an instant. Jinx! But it was too late. Gizmo, piloting a mech suit of his own design, emerged from the darkness.
Say goodbye to your girlfriend, Dante!
He sneered, his voice amplified by the suit's speakers. Dante lunged forward, but Gizmo was prepared. With a flick of a switch, a force field repelled Dante's attack, sending him crashing to the ground. You won't get away with this, Gizmo! Dante shouted, his voice a mix of rage and desperation. Gizmo laughed, a high-pitched cackle that echoed through the night.
Oh, but I already have!
With Jinx captive, Gizmo retreated to his lair, a fortress of technology and terror. Jinx, though bound by Gizmo's devices, was far from defeated. Her spirit, fierce and unyielding, burned bright even in captivity.
Dante will come for me,
she said, her voice steady despite the situation. Gizmo rolled his eyes.
Spare me the romance, it's disgusting.
But deep down, he knew she was right. Dante would come, and he would bring the full fury of his wrath. The stage was set for a showdown that would shake the very foundations of their world. Gizmo, with his cunning and gadgets, against Dante, driven by love and vengeance. As the moon rose high in the sky, the city held its breath, waiting for the battle that would determine the fate of the lovers.
You got one thing right. The part where I'm grossed out. Other than that, my turds could write a better story than you, Jinx. You're a turd, Gizmo. I know you are, but what am I? If you hate it so much, why are you still reading it? I'm reading it so I can troll you. Loser! Nah! Go to hell!
Chapter 5. The Depths of Despair and Heights of Love. The night was a cloak of despair for Dante as he stood alone, the absence of Jinx, a void that threatened to swallow him whole. The stars above were witnesses to his sorrow, the silent sentinels of a love torn asunder. In the solitude of their hideout, Dante's composure crumbled. Tears, unbidden and unwelcome, traced paths down his cheeks, each one a testament to the depth of his feelings for Jinx. He had faced demons and monsters, but nothing had prepared him for the agony of this separation.
Why her? Why now?
He whispered to the emptiness, his voice a broken melody. But even in his darkest hour, a flame of determination flickered within him. He would not let Gizmo's vile act go unanswered. He would rescue Jinx, no matter the cost. Armed with his sword, and driven by a love that burned brighter than any inferno, Dante set out into the night. His journey led him to Gizmo's lair, a fortress of steel and malice. Gizmo, upon seeing Dante, sneered with contempt.
You're too late, hero. Jinx is mine.
Dante's response was a roar of defiance, a sound that shook the very foundations of the lair.
Jinx belongs to no one. She is her own, and she's mine to protect.
The battle that ensued was epic. A clash of wills and weapons. Dante fought with the ferocity of a man possessed, his every strike a declaration of his unwavering resolve. And then, amidst the chaos, he found her. Jinx, resilient and undaunted, met his gaze with a fire that matched his own. With a final resounding blow, Dante banished Gizmo, sending him spiraling into the abyss from which he had come. The villain's screams faded into nothingness. His reign of terror ended by the power of a love that refused to yield. As the dust settled, Dante rushed to Jinx's side, his hands trembling as he freed her from her bonds.
Jinx, I thought I'd lost you,
he said, his voice thick with emotion. Jinx reached up, her fingers brushing away the tears that Dante had shed for her.
You didn't lose me, Dante. You found me.
In the silence that followed, Dante took Jinx's hand in his own, his heart laid bare before her.
Marry me, Jinx. Let's spend our lives fighting the darkness, side by side.
Jinx's answer was a smile that outshone the dawn.
Yes, Dante! 1,000 times yes!
And there, in the aftermath of battle, they sealed their promise with a kiss that spoke of enduring love, of two souls united against all odds.
Go to hell. Make me. I can't believe I said you should marry him. Oh, there better not be a wedding chapter. Blah! That's exactly what I'm going to write. You know you want to read it.
Eternal embrace, the union of Jinx and Dante. As the sun dipped below the horizon, bathing the world in a warm golden glow, the final scene unfolded. Cyborg stood at the altar, a gentle smile on his face as he looked upon the couple before him. Jinx, in a gown that shimmered like the stars, her eyes alight with love, and Dante, ever the dashing rogue, his hand clasped in hers. Friends, family, and comrades, Cyborg began, his voice resonant and full of joy. We are gathered here today to witness the union of two souls whose love story is one for the ages. The guests, an eclectic mix of heroes and adventurers, watched with bated breath as Cyborg continued. Jinx, Dante, in the time that I've known you, your love has been a beacon of hope, a testament to the power of the heart. Today, you join together, not just your lives, but your spirits. Turning to Jinx, Cyborg asked, do you take Dante to be your partner in life, to battle alongside him, to cherish and to hold for as long as you both shall live? With a voice trembling with emotion,
Jinx replied.
I do.
And Dante, Cyborg turned to the demon hunter. Do you take Jinx to be your partner in life? To stand by her through every twist and turn? To love and to treasure for as long as you both shall live? Dante's response was a confident, heartfelt, I do. By the power vested in me, Cyborg declared, I now pronounce you partners in life. You may kiss. The world seemed to hold its breath as Dante and Jinx leaned in, their lips meeting in a kiss that was both a promise and a proclamation. It was a kiss filled with the intensity of their battles, the passion of their love, and the promise of a future together. And as they parted, the crowd erupted into applause, a symphony of claps that echoed the joy in their hearts. The heroes cheered, the villains who had found redemption smiled, and the gods themselves seemed to nod in approval. In that moment, as the clapping continued, and the newlyweds gazed into each other's eyes, it was clear that this was not just the end of a story, but the beginning of an epic tale yet to be told.
Baby, you're all that I want when you're lying here in my arms. I'm finding it hard to believe we're in heaven. Whoa, whoa, yeah. We're in heaven. Did you, totally love that story? Check out this one by Terra XVX Virgil.
What the f***?
The room filled with laughter and tears, a symphony of the ridiculous. They sat there, in the absurdity of a bubble bath. Dante spun around, his sword drawn in an instant. Jinx! Jinx!